Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you the best Fortnite montage effects. So let's get into the video. So I've imported my clips and here's what I got so far. So the first effect I'm going to do is impact. So I'm going to click on my clip and click Ctrl-Alt-Y. So now I'm going to click Ctrl-Shift-D and it's going to cut my clip, and I'm going to delete the first clip and cut it at the end. Okay, so from here I'm going to add the effect Twitch, and I'm going to click on speed and I'm going to put it to about 50. I'm then going to go enable and click on slide and operator controls, and then go down to slide. The spread I'm going to put to 0 and the amount to about 30. And I'm going to click on the stopwatch button. Then on my adjustment layer, I'm going to make sure it has it selected. I'm going to click U, go 1 frame before, and put the slide amount to 0. And then go to the end of the clip and put it back to 0. And I'll click F9 on the last clip. I'm going to drag it this way. So let's see what we have so far. So that's okay. I think I'm going to change the speed down to 40. And maybe bring this in a bit shorter, and I'm just going to adjust it until it looks good. Okay, so I finished the Twitch. Now I'm going to add a bit of shake. So I'm going to change the speed to 1.5, and then from here I'm going to click on the amplitude and then click U and then U again, and do the same that we did before, the amplitude back down to 0 and 0 at the end. And F9. I'm not going to bring it in as much, I'm just going to put it like that. And then I'm going to go down to X shake and put it to 72. And I'm going to go to Y shake down here and put it to 36. Then I'm going to go to tilt shake and put it to 5. And let's see what we have. I'm going to add some chroma, so I'm going to click on it and click S_warp chroma. And I'm going to go in the effect controls. The from Z disk I'm going to put to 1. That makes it normal. It's probably 0.9. And I'm going to click from Z disk. And I'm going to click U again like we did before. And I'll go 1 frame back and put it back to 1. And then at the end of the clip, back to 1. And click F9 and then make the graph backwards. Let's see. So the next effect we're going to do is BCC tritone. We're going to do the same as before. You can put it to whatever colour you want. I'm going to put it probably like an orange. Good. I'm going to click mix with original. Then do the same as before with U. Put it to 100. It's basically the equivalent to 0, like that. And then we'll click F9. Do the same as before. I'm going to adjust the colour a bit more orange. Okay, so now we're going to add a Twitch build up. So I'm going to click on the clip and click Ctrl-Alt-Y again and cut it at the start where you want the Twitch build up to start. And then cut it right before the beat there. And I'm going to add the effect Twitch like before. And then I'm going to do the same as before, except the speed I'm going to put to 20. And I'm going to enable slide. Now operator controls, I'm going to go down and put the spread back to 0. The slide amount I'm going to keyframe from 0, and that keyframe I'm going to put right at the start to 20, and then 1 frame to the left and put it to 0. And then this keyframe here we're going to click F9 and drag it that way. We're going to see what it looks like, and we might have to adjust it a bit, but let's see. Okay, that looks good. The next effect is a warp build up, and the bend I'm going to put to -60. The warp style, put to fisheye. I'm going to click on the stopwatch, click U, and put it right before the end of our clip. Go 1 frame that way, put it to 0, and at the start we're going to put it back to 0 again. Now I'm going to click F9 like we did on this Twitch and drag it this way. So here's what we got. Okay, so what I'm going to do from here is add a bit of pan and crop. So I'm going to click on my clip, Control Alt Y, Control Shift D, and cut it to the end and the start of the clip. And I'm going to add the effect transform. Okay, from here we're going to click scale and rotation and click U. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to bring this layer above both of these layers, and I'm going to click U on our clip to see exactly where these beats are. And we're going to do one scale and rotation keyframe at the start. Here I'm going to scale it in and put the rotation probably to 3, and then I'm going to go, so this keyframe is right in the middle, put it back to 100 and back to 0, and on the end keyframe I'm going to scale it out a bit and put the rotation to -3. Now I'm going to highlight all the keyframes and click F9. I'm going to do the scale first, so highlight the keyframes and click on the graph editor. For the first keyframe, I'm going to drag it up like that, so it zooms in, and then drag your marker onto the beat and go back into the scale. And you want to drag this keyframe this way and this one this way. So the speed, so the part where it's the steepest is right in the middle. And then you want to do the same as we did at the start with the end, like that. And we're going to do the same with the rotation. Okay, so I finished the rotation ones as well, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so at the end, as you can see the black areas around the edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on our clip and add the effect motion tile. And we're going to drag the output width up and the output height up. You don't want to make it too high, otherwise it can get really laggy. So if the error pops up, it's because of this warp. So what we need to do is we need to cut it here. So we need to go down to our effects, motion tile, and put output width here. So after the warp adjustment layer is finished, it goes back to normal. But before, we want it 100, which is the default, because otherwise it stretches in the edges, because the motion tile goes around the edges. We don't want the warp to bring in the edges, otherwise it looks really weird and it gives us that glitch. You can see way too much motion tile, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back onto the transform adjustment layer and go down to these, and I'm going to drag it right to the end that way and right to the top, and do the same with the rotation. That's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and if it helps you out at all, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.